Hey guys, welcome into tonight's live. Welcome back. If I just saw you a minute ago on the second channel, we were just on a live literally, it seems like 5 minutes ago. But I hope you guys are all having a great Thursday. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. If you're new to the channel, hi, hello, welcome. My name's Tanya or TitaniumBuilt. You can call me either or. And thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate that. If you do appreciate tonight's case coverage, I hope you'll consider, subscribe to the channel. Go ahead, smash that like button, everybody. Let's get out into the algorithm. Maybe people will come in and chat with us. I bet they will. You guys always get us into the algorithm. You never fail to you never disappoint. You never disappoint. But welcome in, everybody. I was looking at the chat here on the side, and I just messed up my screen. So let me just fix that really quick. My finger got a little trigger happy there. But I'll go ahead and give it just a couple minutes. We'll let people kind of slide in. I think the intro is kind of long, so I'm pretty sure that we'll be okay. I do have a second channel. We went live. I went live on it earlier tonight. We are just kind of talking about everything that we don't talk about over here. So if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, I'm going to put the link for that channel in the chat for you guys. And also, if you want to see like pictures of the renovation that we've been doing, then that's the place to look. And if you want to look at all the, the new stuff that we got for our place, that's where I'll be posting a lot of that stuff. So, and there's Jan. Look at her. She said she didn't know if she was going to make it. It's good to see everybody. Hey, Cheryl. We missed you in the other live. I said, I bet you Cheryl don't even know because she'd be here. Happy Cappy. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, CJK. Hey, Yankee Kyle. Hey, Jean. Hey, everybody. Hey, Doodlebug. I see you guys. Oh, thank you. Hey, Ivy. Hey, Sergeant George. What's up? Hey, Mike. Man, got some people in here. ALR's in here. Brandy Wine. Sarah. Seems like I just saw you. Hey, Amanda. And am I missing someone? Kelly? Miss Kelly. I know. How dare they have lives? How dare they? They better not. They better just get their butts in here. They can't have no life outside of YouTube. That'd be crazy talk. It really would be, wouldn't it? I don't know if I could go without YouTube. I mean, and I stream every day. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know the last time I took a day off. When was that? I don't know. We'll have to look. That was a long time ago. But I love doing it. And if you love what you do, why not continue to do it? You know what I'm saying? That's how we do around here. 1 more week to go. Get an air purifier. Oh, we got them. We're loaded with those around here. I feel like, but I do have to blow my nose really quick. So I'm going to just pause myself and I'll blow my nose really quick and I'll be like back in 2 seconds. I usually do that right before the live, but I didn't. And whenever you have allergies like me, because, of all the surgeries, it seems like I'm draining, like I have drainage all the time. So sorry. And then like it's my eye. So Tanya is Idaho 4. I am. I need someone to make me a shirt. I keep looking at those presses. They're only like $150, $200. They're not like super expensive to where it's like out of reach. We need to like maybe collectively go together, get one. One of us will make the shirts. We just like pay shipping. We'll just give them to everybody. Oh, Ralph Lauren for Pets line winter 2023 collection. I don't know, but I'll take it. I'll take whatever they've got. It sounds good. But we are going to talk about Idaho tonight. Let me go over here. I don't know why I have notes. I don't need notes. Oh, good for you, Cheryl, because I know last time your pizza wasn't good. I'm glad you got good food. I am Idaho 4. I think that's the quote of the, I don't know. That might be the quote of my whole career, like my whole time on YouTube. I don't think I've heard anything better. You have a cricket. See, that's what, or cricket, or whatever they're called. Vincent said to get one of those, but I don't know if I'd be able to put the letters on very straight because we got to remember here, one eye, I'm not doing things straight. And I just figured that out. Not recently when I started leveling things around here. And I'm like, oh, I'm like going to the side. It's bad. But we'll go ahead and we'll talk about Idaho tonight. Sounds like my dog's at the door. Wonder what she wants. So in the morning, the morning hearing will be closed. So they're going to have 2 different hearings tomorrow from Bryan Kohberger. We've been waiting for this day for a long time, it seems like. I can't remember the last time he went into court. Let me see. Do I have it up? Nope, I don't. Not handy. But it's been like a couple months, I would say, a month and a half, something like that, it seems like. So in the morning, they're going to have a couple hearings, a couple motions hearings, and they're going to talk about some stuff that's going to be closed to the public. And I do have that up, actually, what they were going to be. So the first hearing is going to be to address a renewed defense motion to dismiss the indictment on the grounds of biased grand jury, inadmissible evidence, lack of sufficient evidence, and prosecutorial misconduct. So they had already made a decision on that, and Judge John Judge denied it. And then Ann Taylor came back and said, well, okay, well then hold up a second. I'm going to need you to stop proceedings, and I'm going to take this to a higher court. So instead of him, I guess, them taking it to a higher court, he's going to re-examine it and come back with the same conclusion, I'm sure. So we won't be privy to that one. We won't see that one. And then we are also on a 3-hour delay. So like we're 3-hour time difference, except for Kelly. She's over there. But our time here, Eastern Standard Time, it's going to be at 1 o'clock. Or I'm sorry, at 11 a.m. And there it's going to be 1 o'clock their time. Did I do that right? Yeah. No, that's wrong. 1 o'clock their time, 11 our time. Yeah. Am I saying that right? I feel like I'm not saying that right. Why do I feel like I'm saying that wrong? Because they're 3 hours behind. Am I saying this right, guys? My brain is going to be fried. It's frying out, y'all. Frying out. But the hearing is at 1, and we're going to be on it. I'm going to be on at 10:30. And we're going to go over some stuff. So is the quality of my picture bad? I'm blurry? I shouldn't be. I got me good camera. Let's see. Yeah, I'm on high definition, 4K. I don't think I can get any clearer. So tonight I figured we'll go over some documents, get those out of the way. And on the second hearing, they're going to have that we will be able to see. I'll let you know about that. This one's going to be open to the public, and it's going to be broadcasted on Judge's YouTube channel. Also, it looks like it's going to be broadcast live on Court TV. That hearing will address separate motion, which is going to be for the judge to reconsider his previous refusal of. Oh, I'm sorry, this is going to be one of the parts of it. Reconsider his previous refusal to dismiss the indictment for inaccurate instructions to the grand jury. Now, he's probably going to say like denied, and then it's going to be a short hearing. I feel like. So it's 1 Pacific time. So it's 11 here, right? Am I saying that wrong though? I feel like I'm saying that so wrong. Why do I feel like I'm doing that wrong? Man, I don't know why, but I feel like I should know this because Vincent's parents live out in California. Well, his mom does now. Because I'm like, am I going backwards? But Kelly, do you just tell me when to be here? You just tell me when to be here. I don't want to be here too early though. That'd be funny. Okay, 11 their time's 1 our time. That's what I thought. So it's 1 their time. So it would be before here. Why am I blanking out, y'all? I don't know why I'm like having a blank. So I need to schedule my live later. I'm at 10. I have it at 10:30. I must have been like ass backwards when I was doing it. That's why I'm getting all confused because I'm like, wait a minute, we're 3 hours ahead of them. Like, yeah, they're 3 hours behind. I'm like, I know that part. That's why I'm like, why am I saying 11 and 1? Why am I? So then I was like, maybe I have the hearing wrong. So I just checked and it's not. So it's tomorrow. I'm going to reschedule the live right now, actually. That way, we're here at the right time. Well, cool. Don't wake up early. Don't wake up early. Let me go ahead and let me just edit it real quick. That way we all know. And we're here at the right time. Oh my gosh. So if it's, we'll come at 3:30. Maybe about 3:15, but I'll do it at 3:30. That way we can, because I want to talk about some new footage that came out and some new stuff that came out too. I'm having, Lori, yeah, I am so ass backwards right now. You've been like that, Brandywine, all day? Me too. I'm like, am I here? I bet it's because we did the extra live. Maybe that's what it is. I'm still in the other live mode. But if you do want to catch the other live, I'll put that in the chat. So this is going to be for the other live that we just did over on the second channel. If you want to go over there and hang out and, watch it sometime tonight, you can. We'd love to have you over there. And we'll get started here with the documents because we've got a ton to kind of go through. And let's see here. So basically what we'll do tonight is we'll read through these documents. I'm going to read through them. Some of them are just seals, like seal the documents, very easy to go through. A couple of them are just like 1 or 2, 2 or 3 pages. So not too long, but we do have a few to go over because we haven't looked at any. I didn't realize, but we haven't looked at any of the documents since like the 11th. So they've put out some documents. They've put out some documents, guys. And like the time difference when you're on a plane. Oh, that's what really gets me. When we fly to California every year and then we fly back, we do a red eye every year. It's like, what time are we getting home? It's crazy. But I'm usually really good at that because I know Idaho, that tip of the Idaho's 3 hours. So this is going to be the motion to unseal defendant's motion to reconsider orders denying motion to dismiss the indictment, and in the alternative for permission to appeal from interlocutory orders. And this is the state of Idaho versus Bryan C. Kohberger. And this is going to be from Bryan Kohberger's attorney. Comes now Bryan C. Kohberger, by and through his attorney, Ann C. Taylor, public defender, and hereby moves the court for an order to unseal the defendant's motion to reconsider orders denying motions to dismiss indictment, and in the alternative for permission to appeal from interlocutory orders and a stay of proceedings filed with the court on 12/21/23. And the state's objection to this motion that was filed with the court on 1/5/24. Sorry, I'm going to This motion is made on the grounds that the pleadings and hearing thereon do not need to be sealed. Previous motions related to the grand jury proceedings were properly sealed pursuant to ICR 32, Idaho Criminal Rule 6, and the court's order relating to grand jury proceedings. The pending proceedings brought by motion and supported by pleadings do not meet the language of the rule. The issues for the court to decide are procedural and legal and do not delve into areas covered by rule and order. What I don't get about this document is they want stuff unsealed. The defense wants things unsealed. Like, why now? Like, they've been playing this, seal everything up this whole time, and now all of a sudden they're, saying like, wait, hold on, that's not the language of the rule. I wonder why they want it unsealed. Mr. Kohberger sought sealing of his filings solely based on the email communications with the Latah County Prosecutor's Office stating they wanted the filing sealed. The deadline for Mr. Kohberger's motion was imminent. Thus, in abundance of caution, the defense filed a motion to seal. Counsel for Mr. Kohberger informed the Latah County Prosecutor's Office a motion to unseal was forthcoming. I feel like we did read over this one, but maybe we didn't. Mr. Kohberger moves the court to unseal the proceedings and filings on the basis that these filings and proceedings are not covered within ICR 32. Mr. Kohberger acknowledges the right of the public to be fully informed of the issues. Mr. Kohberger has a right for the rule to apply as it is written rather than disadvantage him with the items remaining sealed that are not within the scope of ICR 32. So what do you guys think? Why we... Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. I think that they know that they're not going to get these unsealed. You know what I mean? Like, so they're just like, let's do it. So it looks like we have stuff that we want people to see, the public to see. But in reality, Oh, yeah, she's trying to delay because she wants that. Oh, well, then I'm going to need a stay of proceedings here because I'm going to go to a higher court. Like, what? Hold on a second here. And that's what Judge John Judge said too. He was like, hold on a second here. You don't got to do all that. I want to see this really quick. Let me see if I can look this up really quick. Okay, maybe we'll look this up later. Okay. I was going to look up the ICR code, but we might have to do that one later because it looks pretty long. But that's the first one there. I want to make sure I don't like skip any. This is the next one. This one is just a sealed, I think, isn't it? Yeah. So basically, they just want to seal this document. Motion to seal defendant's reply to state's objection to defendant's motion for interlocutory. And that's basically what this says right here at the bottom. Whatever is like in these documents, some of these little like shorter ones, whatever is in the like, I guess the title or whatever it would be, is usually what the whole sentence or what the whole paragraph says. So they're just wanting to seal. And then here's the order, just stating that they're going to seal it. Just making sure that they said they're going to seal. Yeah. The court having before it the motion to seal defendant's reply. And it says it's hereby ordered that the state's reply to state's objection to defendant's motion to reconsider orders denying motion to dismiss indictment and the alternative for permission to appeal from interlocutory orders in a stay of proceedings shall be sealed pursuant to ICAR 32. I feel like I'm a pro at reading his documents. I'm starting to get better. Not a pro, but better. With one eye, I'm doing pretty good. So this is the next document here. Wow, there's a lot of documents. True crime and other stuff. She's so glad it's raining last night. I'd rather have it. I'd rather have the rain. Myself, anyway. And let me know if you guys are doing okay seeing these and everything. I can always make them smaller or make them larger for you guys. Let me see where I'm at actually on the screen. Oops, I'm trying to see if I can make this. Like bigger for you guys. I don't know how big that is because I'm, it could be really huge to you guys or it could be really small. It looks good to me though. So that's what they were wanting, Jan, like earlier in the proceedings when the judge denied the motion to dismiss the grand jury on all of those, like the 3 to 4 different things they had listed. She came back, like Ann Taylor came back and said, well, then I'm going to take it to like a higher court. So I'm going to need, it wasn't like a stay. That wasn't the word, but it's like a word that they used where it was like pause the proceedings. And so I think the judge is just ready to roll. I think DM said, I think Judge wants to set a date for trial. Me too. I think he's ready to roll. Now, wouldn't that be amazing? That does look kind of big. Now, wouldn't that be amazing if it won't happen, but wouldn't that be amazing if tomorrow they gave us a date or they gave us like a hint that it could maybe be in the summer? Like maybe Judge was like, he's thinking about the whole, having the trial at the school and having it when, the kids are out of school, having it at a bigger venue. I mean, we can always hope. We can always hope. And thank you guys all for being here. If you're just now joining us, we are just reading over the documents that we're just catching up on them for tomorrow's court hearing that's going to happen. We will be on live at, what time did we put on there? I'm going to double check. 3:30 tomorrow. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Kelly D. Yep. Oh, Roseanne said I'm still getting used to one eye. It gets on my nerves when I can't see something. Roseanne, me too. I want to I hate it. But I'm usually really, really good. Like I did have 20/15 in this eye. I don't know now. It's been a year or so since I've had an eye appointment, but I think I still have it. So that's over perfect. So I'm extremely lucky there. So this is the motion to seal state's memorandum in support of its objection to defendant's motion to seal. Now comes the state of Idaho. So this is going to be Bill Thompson, by and through the Latah County prosecuting attorney, and respectfully request that this court seal its memorandum in support of its objection to defendant's motion to seal as it addresses substantive matters of the grand jury exempt from disclosure under Idaho Court Administrative Rules 32 and the Idaho Criminal Rule. Now, I always thought grand juries were secret. Like the defense isn't even supposed to get the crap. But the defense got it because she fought for it. And they're like, okay, they gave her like the transcripts, right? So I don't know. It's just so confusing. You know, like, I don't know. I don't get it. Unseal it all, please. Just unseal it all. Oh, Elizabeth, tomorrow we're going to be live. We are going to be live for the Bryan Kohberger court hearing. And I'm going to give you guys the link to that really quick too. So if you guys want to, you know, whoops, I don't want to view it. If you guys want to, you know, jump over there, you can, you know, hit the notification button. Sorry, it's hard to do two things at once. I can't do two things at once, guys. Can't multitask. There's the link for that. And welcome in, everybody. So let's just go to the next document. Okay, what one was that one? Because there's a lot. So where are we at? Emergency seal. I think this is the next one. Okay, let me see. Sorry, guys. I can't believe I got that mixed up. Let's see the date. That might help me. That doesn't help. Okay, here we go. If I can get it to pull up. Okay. Okay, that's the one we just went over. Maybe we'll go down one more. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why I'm like getting all mixed up tonight. But, you know, it happens. It happens. That's what happens when you're live. You just go with it. I just have like, I had a bunch of them like pulled up, which was like not smart. You know what I mean? So I was like skipping around. I was like, uh-oh. But this one is request for a closed hearing. State of Idaho versus Bryan Kohberger. So come now, the state of Idaho. So this could be, you know, Bill Thompson and his crew. By and through the Latah County prosecuting attorney, and respectfully request that the court schedule a hearing on the defendant's motion to unseal, defendant's motion to reconsider orders, denying motion to dismiss the indictment, and in the alternative for permissions to appeal from interlocutory orders filed herein on January 12th, 2024. Based on communications with counsel and the court, the state understands that the court and counsel are available for such a hearing on Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024 at 4:30 p.m. So it looks like they wanted a closed meeting. Or they wanted to schedule a hearing. But, oh, wow. Wonder what that was about. I want to know. I'm going to be a fly on that wall. And then the amended motion to temporarily seal states memorandum in support of its objection to defendant's motion to unseal pending hearing. I'm using a MacBook. I hate this MacBook. I'm getting a new one, but I just got this one like 2 years ago, but it's giving me a hard time. But actually I'm using two big, huge screens. Comes now the state of Idaho by and through Latah County prosecuting attorney and respectfully requests that this court seal its memorandum in support of its objection to defendant's motion to unseal as it addresses substantial matters of the grand jury exempt from disclosure. Same thing as we kind of read earlier. So amended order temporary sealing states memorandum will be the next one. And this is just saying that it's sealed. So we're just going to kind of skip over that one. You know, how they have a motion, you know, to temporarily seal something, and then they have an order to seal it. And then they have a temporary order sealing memorandum, which is here. I'm not going to go through because it's the stuff that we've already heard. It's pretty much the same thing that I've read to you guys over and over today. And that was the memorandum, right? That was motion to temporary seal exhibit. And that's, we've read these before. Wait, where's the rest of it? Oh, there we go. That's weird. They want to order sealing exhibit 1 attached to the state's response to defendant's 11th supplemental request for discovery. Now, can you put in, if you guys might know this, can you put in a discovery order? Like, let's say the defense is looking for something in particular. Like, let's say like they're just looking for something and they think that the prosecution has it, but the prosecution doesn't have any more evidence to hand over. Can they still just file discovery after discovery after discovery, even if the prosecution has nothing else to give them? So that it looks better, like for them, that they're like trying to get more evidence, or I'm wondering that. Or I'm wondering after like, you got your evidence, leave us alone. Like if you have to stop, like, putting in supplemental requests for discovery. Just kind of curious on that one. And then motion temporary seal. Okay. So this is going to be the state's response for the defendant supplemental 11 supplemental request. So maybe that'll tell us in this document. Maybe it'll tell us everything. Richard Allen, we're not sure actually when he goes to trial. Hey, Grammy. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Therese. Look at all those rainbow arms, all those 6-month members. Loving that. I'm loving all the members. But man, those little rainbow arms, they just are the cutest little thing. Now we got to make a 1-year arm. So this is the state's response to defendant's 11th supplemental request for discovery. I don't know why it made me laugh. To the defendant, Bryan, why is it capitalized? To the defendant, Bryan Christopher Kohberger, and counsel Ann Taylor. Comes now the state of Idaho by and through the Latell County prosecuting attorney and submits the attached Exhibit 1 in response to defendant's 11th supplemental request for discovery filed on January 9th, 2024. The state incorporates the following responses as fully set forth at this point. Oh gosh, this is going to be a lot to read. Okay, we're not going to read all that because these are going to be the state's responses to all the defense's supplemental, discoveries. So the first, second, third, the fourth, talking about compelling them. Then we got the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Maybe I missed a couple there, but the state has and will continue to provide discovery in accordance with Idaho Criminal Rule 16 and applicable law, and reserves any and all objections thereunder. Okay. You tell it, girl. We'll give it to you when we got it. If we got it. That's what that sounds like. Temporary ordering exhibit sealed. So that's not anything there. I'm trying to get to the better stuff here. Maybe there isn't any better stuff. Oh my God. That would be good. Okay. This is going to be an order setting sealed hearing on defendant's motion to unseal. Man, I would hate to be the person writing up these documents. I really would. I would hate to be a paralegal. Is that what a paralegal does? Like they just like write up the documents? I'm not sure what they do. I should, but I don't. I would hate to be a person that writes these documents up though. I know my attorney, he has like this little thing that he talks into and it like transmits to his computer somehow. I don't know. And he can even put like a period. Like he'll be talking and he'll say like, just the following sentence, period. And then he'll keep going. And I'm like, what are you doing, sir? I feel like I need one of those though. Ladybug, you're going to be there before you know it. Now I got to figure out a cool arm for the 1 years. I like seeing them go up, like the different levels. It's so awesome seeing you guys like go up. So this is order setting sealed hearing on defendant's motion to unseal. Based on defendant's motion to unseal, defendant's motion to reconsider orders denying motions to dismiss indictment and the alternative for permission to appeal from interlocutory orders filed January 12, 2024, and the state's request for a closed hearing on said motion filed on January 19, 2024, the court orders the following. A sealed hearing on defendant's motion to unseal, defendant's motion to reconsider orders denying motions to dismiss indictment and the alternative for permission to appeal from interlocutory orders and a stay of proceedings will be heard on January 26th, 2024 at 11 a.m. The time already set for the sealed hearing in this case. This hearing will be sealed and closed to the public to protect the privacy of the grand jury proceedings. So that sounds to me like they're tacking on just another motion hearing, right? Because I said this earlier and they were like, no, that's not right. But I think I am right. So basically, they had this court date already set up, January 26th. Judge John Judge, he already knows he's going to deny it, pretty much. I mean, that's my opinion. He's already did it once. He's going to deny it, and he already knows that's what he's going to do. It's going to take 10 minutes, he thinks, which it won't because it never does. But I think that's why he's like, let's just have it on January 26th. We already have a court date that date. Why bring Kohberger out of his cell, get him dressed for another 5 minutes? You know what I mean? For another court date. So that's what I thought. I thought so. I was trying to explain this in a chat earlier today, and they were like, no. And I'm like, no, I think I'm right. And I was walking the dog, so it was kind of hard to explain like what I was like trying to say, you know, so thanks for real. I appreciate that. So this one, I think this is all, that's all of it. So they're just having another meeting, another hearing, another meeting. I wonder what they're going to, I wonder if they're going to give them a chance to talk, like the defense. I surely hope not. I mean, if they needed the chance to talk, give them the chance to talk, but you know, they like to take us back in time to the 1800s. I think this is what we just read. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to go to these. So they have put out orders for Meta platforms, Microsoft, and TikTok. And those are like the newest documents that have come out. Those come out actually, I think before yesterday. So let me pull these up because these ones are pretty interesting. Now they're pulling more social media, which we know they've already pulled Meta before. Let's see who they're pulling it for this time. And now I'm gonna have to go back tomorrow, like before the live, and see, you know, maybe if they put names in here or whatever, we'll know. But we can always go back and see who they've applied the search warrants for and who they haven't applied for them for. So this matter came before the court. Because what I'm trying to say is, like, if they've already done one for Maddie and then they're doing a second one for her, I would just be kind of curious to know why. So this matter came before the court on January 3rd, 2024 on the state's motion to seal or redact pursuant to ICAR 32I. The hearing was held via Zoom. Ashley Jennings appeared on behalf of the state and Taylor appeared on behalf of Mr. Kohberger. The court reviewed the records, considered the arguments presented, weighed the interest in the privacy and public disclosure, and announced its findings of fact on the record. Therefore, pursuant to ICAR 32I, 2A, and D, the court finds it necessary to seal in part and redact the record related to the search warrant for the following reasons. The documents contain highly intimate facts or statements, the publication of which would be highly objectionable to a reasonable person, and the documents contain facts or statements that might threaten or endanger the life or safety of individuals. After due consideration with good cause appearing, it is hereby ordered that the record herein shall be disclosed except for the following. The affidavit in support of search warrant is sealed. The search warrant and receipt and inventory be redacted. This order will remain in effect until further order of the court. Okay, so in the matter of application for search warrants versus Microsoft Corporation, Meta Platforms, TikTok, order continuing temporary seal. So they're just wanting to seal it. Same thing here. Stipulation to continue to seal. It's okay. Hold on. Sealed until December. Oh, it looks like they're just getting doing a re-warrant maybe, because these might have expired. Now I'm not sure because it's down here. It's saying 2023. So it comes down to the state of Idaho and the above named defendant by and through their respective attorneys of record and hereby stipulate to the entry of an order extending the temporary sealing of the following. So that's what it is. They're just wanting to temporarily. They just want to extend the sealing and the sealing of the record. That's what it sounds like. Of the following: Microsoft search warrant and related documents. Order to return signed on August 25th, 2022. That's the wrong date. They weren't even killed till November 13th, 2022. So that date is wrong. I don't know what that is. Okay. Has anybody else read these? And has anyone else caught that? Order of return signed on August 25th, 2022. That should be like 2023 or something. Meta search warrant and related documents. Order of return signed on September 12th, 2023. Yeah, it should be 2023, I bet. And TikTok search warrant and related documents. Order of return signed on August 25th, 2023. The above documents are currently sealed until December 1st, 2023. So they should have been unsealed. However, the parties and court calendar cannot accommodate a hearing prior to December 1st, 2023. The parties stipulate settings this matter after December 1st, 2023, and request the above documents remain temporarily sealed until a hearing on the matter pursuant to Idaho Court Administrative Rule 32G1. Oh, okay. Thank you, thanks, Jan. Will it tell me down there why it says 2022? I hope it does. This is just sealing them. Motion temporary seal, search warrant, and related documents. Because it could interfere. Okay. And this is the order. So I think this is what we need to read right here, maybe. Okay. So this is the order. In the above entitled matter, this court having heretofore issued a search warrant, and the said search warrant having been served according to law, and the return of warrant having been duly made as directed in said search warrant to this court, and a written inventory of the property found and seized having been duly made and taken before the undersigned magistrate or judge and filed herein. Is there a full moon tonight, Ladybug? That's probably why I couldn't think straight earlier. Now, therefore, it is hereby ordered that the said peace officer shall deliver or cause to be delivered the property described in said inventory to the Moscow Police Department or others or such other law enforcement agencies as may be appropriate for the purpose of preserving said property for use as evidence or until further order of a court or competent jurisdiction. Once any related criminal case has been concluded, including the expiration of time for appeal, or at such other appropriate time, the property can be released or disposed of upon authorization of a jurisdictional prosecuting attorney. So when they're done with the evidence, they could dispose of it as long as they don't need it. It is further, for appeals, it is further ordered that said property or any part thereof may be delivered to any person or laboratory or laboratories for the purpose of conducting or obtaining any test, analysis, or identification of said property, which is deemed necessary by the custodial law enforcement agency or jurisdictional prosecuting attorney without further order of this court. Signed, Megan Marshall. And that was 9/12/23. That was when she was still the judge. Well, I'm kind of confused on that one. Now, someone did say they could do separate trials. Oh, I thought my camera was on. Separate trials if they didn't think that they could get them with 4. but I don't think that they'll have. I mean, we'll know for sure opening statements. I feel like when opening statements happen, we're going to know either way. I feel like either way we'll know. Now, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll be more confused than ever. Because Ann Taylor can talk. I'll give her that. And we all know Jay Logson. He can talk. Talk me to sleep. And I'm pretty sure that's what these other ones are probably going to say too, huh? Same thing that one said. I'm just going to look real quick before. It looks like it. So it's not giving out who they're for. Well, shoot. They didn't give us much there, did they? How did you see that, Joe, Jan? Thank you. Where do you see their names? Keep going down. Thank you. Am I just like... Oh, this one's longer. Okay. What was the one I was just doing? This one's a lot longer. Oh, that's because I didn't go all the way down. Damn, guys. I've got to go down even further. Wait, let me go here. What do we do? What did I do? Just like skip over this? What the hell was that? I'm about to go look at the page I was just at, but I can't even find it. Oh, it's because we're right here. Okay. Let's just go down to the bottom here on this one. Actually, that's not. I don't want to read stuff that we don't really need to read, but this is the one I think I was reading, right? And then we stopped here. The return of search warrant. Am I in the right spot? Man, you know that I bet it's a full moon because, you know, I'm just like all over the place tonight. Your mom said, isn't that the truth about full moon? Well, crazy here. I feel like I'm like all over the place tonight. And if there's one case I know, it's this case, you know. But I just didn't go down all the way, I guess. Thank you, guys. Hey, Mystic. Because I was wondering, I thought I heard people saying that, you know, there was stuff. Oh, yeah, of course. I thought there was people saying that there were like documents and stuff like that there was actual physical names. So I was like, where's the names at? Do I just need to go down even further? I was just going to read that. I didn't know. Okay, associate counts. Oh, okay, I get you. Well, these ones are saying them, but okay. Should have went down further. These are 9, 12, 23. These ones are kind of old, though. Motion of extension. That's what we were talking about earlier. Okay, what page are we on? Well, it had Kaylee and then that's the only names I saw. Okay, let's go back up. Might be on a different document, though, too. So this one here is saying... This is for Meta, looks like. This is like old, though. I feel like we've read these. They've already done these for Instagram for Xana, Madison, and Kaylee. So these must just be to extend it. Oh, there's Jan. Hey, Jan. Are you on here? Or did I add you? Hold on.
Can you hear me?
There we go. I can hear you. Oh, let me put my headphones
Okay.
in. All right. I think are we echoing? I think we're okay.
Yeah, I turned my volume down this time.
Oh, okay. Well, I usually have to wear headphones, so cool.
Okay, you got to keep scrolling down, and it tells you who these. If are you on the TikTok one or Meta?
Let's see. We'll go to the Meta one, and we'll just start over. And you want me to go like all the way down towards the bottom, right?
It'll tell you.
Okay, here we go. So it looks like they're all saying Xana, Madison, and Kaylee, but maybe let me go to Microsoft.
One of them is definitely Ethan, Bethany, and Dylan.
Let's see here. Oops. I'm on the Now I'm on. This one's the Microsoft one. So we'll go through. We'll go to the bottom.
I think it was the TikTok one.
Okay, maybe it was that one. We'll see what this one says here. Oh, really? Okay.
And hello, everybody.
Yeah. Hey, Jan. I didn't even see any names on this one. My eyes are not working with me tonight.
Yeah, I think it's the TikTok one.
Okay, I'll go to that one then.
And you got to really read the dates that they're asking for.
Are they asking for new dates?
They're asking for different dates.
Oh.
One for Ethan, and then Bethany and Dylan, they're asking for the same dates, but different from Ethan.
Okay, I thought I heard something about that today, but I was like kind of listening as I was cleaning and walking the
And
dogs.
sorry if y'all hear my husband's TV show playing.
Oh, that's okay. What's he watching? He should be watching us. Share this one.
Death in Paradise. It's a TV show.
Oh. So this is his phone number. Ethan, there we go.
There
Ethan.
you go.
There we go.
And then look at the date that they're requesting on him.
So this was.
You was there. You just gotta go on down.
Okay, so this was filed August 28th, 2023.
But they're asking for June 1st, 2022 to November 14th of 2022.
When did Kohberger show up on campus? Was that 2020? That was the summer of 2022, right?
June of 2022 is when he went out to Washington.
Okay, I thought it was like May or June. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Okay, now go on down.
And so then they wanted for the day after they were killed. So that makes sense. And then
now these two.
Dylan is for June 1st, 2022 to present.
To present, get that?
Yeah. Bethany Funk to present. I wonder why they.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like where they talk. I mean, but how would but okay. But then are they saying it's somebody else and that they're talking to that person about the crime?
I think that they're wanting to see if they're wanting to see if there was a connection to Ethan with Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
Or Dylan and Bethany, or just to see if Dylan and Bethany were talking after the murders.
I mean, by law, can they do that?
Yeah.
Because that's like, I feel like that's an invasion of privacy after a certain point. Do you know what I mean?
I get it, but what if one of them are the witness?
Yeah. I mean, I understand it, but it's like at the same time, it's just kind of like, I'd be feeling some type of way.
Right.
Like, yeah. I'd be like, what are y'all doing? Looking at my phone still. Because as far as I know, they don't have anything involved in it. And if they weren't involved, that's like really sad. It's like, they're right. They can't even have a private conversation. They don't think. They might as well just talk through a tin can and a wire.
Right. No, I get it. But I knew you were.
But I know I understand the cops too. What they have to do, but
I just wanted to help you find.
Yeah, thank you, Jan.
The new date range and the new people they were looking for.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jan. You're the best.
Yep. Bye.
Have a good night. Bye. Thanks, Jan. She's done that for me before. I couldn't find like a document. She's like, just pull me up. I'll show it to you. And I'm like, thank you. Because everyone in the chat was like, it's right there. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't see it. So, okay, we'll go back over these. That's weird. I don't have a reason for that. I don't have an explanation for that. That's outside of, what Jan was talking about. So Ethan's TikTok account, I want to go back and see when they were, Let me write that down. I'm going to do that and then let you guys know tomorrow. Like, Did they? Because I'm wondering if they pulled Ethan's like records before for like TikTok. And remember when they were pulling up all those, they were pulling all the different accounts, like social media accounts for everybody. So I'm wondering if that's weird. That is weird. So it says Ethan's TikTok account was with any of the following email addresses. And apparently he has 1, 2, and or phone number. So it's a couple. Account information between June 1st, 2022 to November 14th. Wow. Now you watch, people are going to say that Ethan was alive for like till the 14th or something now, just because, you know, people are people. But man, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about the Dylan and Bethany thing. Like, now, do you think that they even still have the same phone number though at this point? Like, wouldn't they have gotten their phone number changed? Like, I mean, I guess it puts the emails in there, but me too. Hold on, me too. Mad respect. Thanks, Jan. Everyone's probably like, thank you, Jan, for going up there. Tanya couldn't see it. So the other ones, it looked like Meta was for Kaylee, Xana, Madison. Let me go back over to the other ones, scroll through, and I'll let you know. Now that I know what I'm looking for. Scrolling through live. I thought one of them didn't have. This one doesn't have any. It doesn't look like. I'm going to have to look through that again. That's the second time I went through it and I didn't see any. But the Microsoft one. I'm just scrolling through so I don't have to scroll on the screen with you guys. So I don't like, you know, make you dizzy because this stuff's making me dizzy. My eye's not working tonight. But I believe it was Xana, Kaylee, and Maddie. But I wanted to double check. So tomorrow will be court hearing. I'm excited to see what they're going to say. I mean, I have a feeling they're just going to deny it. Might have been on that other one that we were looking at. Did it have anything else on here? It says this is what they want, the information. They want all identity and contact information, including full name, email address, physical address, date of birth, phone numbers, gender, hometown, occupation, and other personal identifiers. All past and current usernames associated with the account. The dates and times at which the account and profile were created in the Internet Protocol IP address at the time of sign up. All activity logs, including IP logs and other documents showing the IP address, date, and time of each login to the account, as well as any other log file information. All information regarding their particular device or devices used to log in to or access the account, including all device identifier information or cookie information, including all information about the particular device or devices used to access the account and the date and times of those accesses. So they want a lot. All data. They want all photographs, bios, profile backgrounds, and themes. All communications or other messages sent or received. All user content created, upload. They want everything in a pint of blood, your firstborn, all of it. Wow, they want it all. Wow. It's weird that they says this though up here about them, Dylan and them, right? Like, see this though? This is what I don't get. But then Judge Marshall signs it This is July 23rd. That's what I don't get. I love that everyone's a suspect. I love that. Smash the like and share. You tip when you go to a restaurant. Same thing. I love that. Hey, Aries, what's up? You're all pretty suspicious of me. I'm pretty suspicious. I'll admit it. I don't know. I'll be thinking about that all night now. I'm trying to think of a reason. They just ask for more information. Yeah, it's just, man, what are we looking for, And are you going to find it? And if you do, will you tell us? No. We'll go all the way down to the bottom. Ain't going to do that again. Ain't going to get me again. Oh my gosh, there's more. That's not anything. So that was actually longer than I thought. Yeah, it's going to be very, interesting nonetheless for streaming from a judge's YouTube account. Yeah, I think that's going to be a little different for us. I mean, we can watch on court TV, but I think, I don't know, maybe we'll do this. We'll do judges. We'll do his deal or whatever, right? We'll go to his YouTube and we'll try to give him the, I don't know, I guess the view. If it crashes, because the whole world's watching, I don't know, then we'll go to court TV because they're going to be streaming it live also, which is weird because I thought they weren't allowed to stream it live, but they're saying on their website, right here, it says that they were going to stream it live. Yeah, it says at 1 p.m. Pacific, the court will hold a second hearing for Kohberger, but this will be open to the public and broadcast live on courttv.com. It's weird. Through Judge Page there. Okay. Gotcha, Jan. Gotcha. Loud and clear. Y'all are smart. Y'all are smartest. Oops. I meant to share this with you there. Okay. So I wanted to watch this with you guys. I was watching this earlier, and it's just Brian Enton. He's breaking down everything that's kind of going to go on tomorrow and just leading up to what's been going on. I hope that he touches on the documents. I hope he's read them. This just came out like a couple hours ago. And as you guys know, if you guys have been following the Idaho 4 case for any amount of time, especially if you saw any footage from out there, you saw Brian Enton was there every day in this blue jacket. This blue jacket, man. I'm like, get that kid a bigger coat. Remember all the snow on the ground? He's out there in this coat. Actually, I need to get a coat like this. That's what we need. We all need one. Where's she at? Arlene, where's Arlene? She's somewhere else. Again. Do we have to get her? Oh, yeah. Stuck on that case, I guess. I don't know. I just can't. There's nothing really out. So, I mean, I don't know. I figured we'd give it a break for a day or two till we get some toxicology or we hear something from somebody. Because last night, everyone's going over tonight that Ricky Sr., Ricky Johnson's dad, I'm sorry, this is another case, but the Chiefs fans, they're like, yeah, he left it. They're like, oh my God, he left his jacket in the house. But we covered that last night. I'm like, and everyone was making a big deal about it today. So I was like, oh, maybe sometimes we too fast over here. So then I could be like, oh my gosh. And then we could do a whole live on it. But then that would be a short live. But I figured we'd watch this together. And we'll probably pause it here and there, just talk. Now, it does have, I can't remember her last name, but her first name is Sarah. I'm talking about the defense attorney that's on News Nation. Azara, I think. Personally, me, I don't prefer her because, her and like Coffin Daffer like go back and forth and they go at it, but she's in it. But we'll
Hey everybody, this is Brian. Hope everybody's doing well.
Oh, if you guys don't mind, just hitting the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And I'll drop
which
the
is
link for
happening
tomorrow's live
Friday.
for the court
If you're
tomorrow.
watching this later on, the Friday I'm talking about is the 26th. Kind of going through the new elements, the things that might happen on Friday, just to get everybody up to speed because we haven't had a hearing in a while. If I sound a little like weird or sick, I'm actually a little under the weather and kind of a little bit beat down. I was in New Hampshire for a week covering the primary there. Just kind of interesting covering politics for a week since I've been on the crime beat for a while, but it's actually kind of funny. Like I was in some of the voting locations and people were wanting to talk to me about all the crime stories, but it was an interesting week doing that. Half my family's actually from New Hampshire, so got to see a lot of them, but ended up getting some kind of sickness. So I sound a little under the weather. And if you hear weird snoring, by the way, during this podcast, my dogs are sleeping behind me.
Oh my gosh.
Really, really loud. I have a golden retriever and a lab. So, but anyway, we're going to get you up to speed on the Bryan Kohberger developments, what to expect with the hearing. We're going to have Sarah Azari on, one of the News Nation legal contributors. I had her go over all the new motions. She's going to help break them down for us. I was planning on going to the hearing on Friday in Idaho, had a plane ticket booked, but had some kind of family issues, family drama come up. And I'm also a little bit sick now, so I'm going to sit this one out. We'll, of course, be covering it.
I think Alex Caprioli's here. I can't say his last name, but I'll let you guys know. I think he's out there.
Anyway, and there's the live stream too, by the way, which I'll tweet out so we can all watch the new live stream. The judge is going to be live streaming the hearings now. But so just wanted everybody to kind of know what to expect for Friday. Okay, so Sarah Azari is with us now, and she texted me before that she was going to look awful and in the sweatshirt and was making sure that was okay. And then, of course, you look like great.
At least we match, right?
Yeah, I was just talking about how I'm sick, so you'll just have to.
I'm sorry. It's not COVID though, right?
No, I don't know. I haven't done the test, but I don't think so. I think it's just everybody's been sick.
Yeah.
You got a little blurry.
Funny how everyone's
Your
getting
camera.
sick. Everyone's getting
Okay, I lied. I like her a little bit because she's like, it's not the COVID, is it? Well, to be positive.
sick and no one's testing. They're like, whatever it is, it is.
Yeah, it's everyone in my family's sick. But I wanted to go through with you. I just wanted people to have a little explainer on what to expect with Friday because we haven't had a hearing in a while, and just they may announce a court date, a trial date, which would be significant. But I just wanted, you always like do your homework with these kinds of assignments. You study and you kind of read all the motions and everything. So let's talk first. There's the 11 a.m. Close to the public hearing.
Right.
What should we expect to happen during that?
Yeah, so it's a long day of hearings, 11 a.m., 1 p.m. And both of these hearings are on Kohberger's motion to reconsider orders that denied the motions to dismiss the indictment. And then if that's denied, he seeks permission to appeal those interim orders. And then if that, if he's appealing, then he wants the proceedings stayed. Remember, he tried to do this once before as well. The stay got lifted. So then that would just, prolong the trial. But the morning hearing, Bryan, you were saying 11 a.m., it's sealed and not open to the public. It sounds like the defense is coming in with something new that merits reconsideration of the denial of the motion to dismiss the indictment, right?
Okay, I'm just gonna bring it down because you're talking like a smart lawyer. So I'm gonna dumb it down a little bit. So, and tell me if I'm wrong. So basically, Bryan Kohberger's defense tried to throw out the grand jury indictment, saying maybe jury tampering, had some other reasons listed. We never got to know them all because a lot of the hearings for that were in secret. And the judge said, no, we're not throwing out the indictment. We're moving forward. And now, they're coming back.
Also, but they did get the transcripts, right? So they're saying there was bias.
So they got the transcripts of what happened, the grand jury proceedings.
Correct. There was bias in the grand jury. There was inadmissible evidence. There was lack of sufficient evidence. But remember, the standard is very low. It's probable cause. And they're saying there's lack of sufficient evidence for probable cause and that there was prosecutorial misconduct. That gets denied, right?
That got denied. So everything was going to move forward.
Exactly. And now they're saying, wait, can you please reconsider that denial and maybe grant it? And usually when we go in and file a motion for reconsideration and we're heard on it, it's because there's something that we're arguing that we didn't know before, that we didn't have before. So there's something new that the defense is bringing to the table for the judge to consider. That whole proceeding is going to be sealed. Why? Because in the grand jury, there's evidence presented to the grand jury. And so, as you know, and you're frustrated like me, we don't know what's going on in this case. And so that's all hush hush secret. But then the afternoon hearing focuses on the one argument. Again, it's still related to the grand jury.
Hold on, I just want to stick with the morning one more time. Just so you said that, so they're now bringing up this argument again to throw out the grand jury indictment for the second time.
Right.
They got the transcripts the first time during their argument. So do you think they saw something in those transcripts that they now have something new that they want to argue?
Yes. It prompted some sort of investigation. You typically do, the court's not going to let you come in and get a second bite of the apple based on the same facts. So there must be some new facts that Kohberger is alleging.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's happening in secret at 11 a.m. because grand jury proceedings are secret anyway, and we're not going to get to find out what goes on there.
Correct. And there's a lot of evidence that was, presented, and every piece of evidence in this case, except for what's in the probable cause affidavit, has been, subject to a protective order and not disclosable. And again, and then in the afternoon, it's still the idea of this whole grand jury, a dismissal of the grand jury indictment, but it focuses on a procedural issue, which is the grand jury got inaccurate instructions. I mean, that there's nothing secret about that. So that's a public hearing.
But didn't they already have that argument? They've already talked about that in the past.
Yes, but they have filed a motion to reconsider.
Okay. So they're bringing that up again.
Correct.
Because remember when I was in the courtroom for that, where the judge said, "Oh, this is a very creative legal argument."
Yes.
She's drinking a cup with her. She's drinking a cup with her own picture on it. Y'all. I mean, I don't know. Where is she? Where is she with her cup?
Accurate instructions. I mean,
where was that cup at? Get that cup back again, lady. Hold on. You guys see this?
Subject to a protective order, not disclosable. And again, and then in the afternoon, it's still the idea of this
Maybe I didn't go back far enough.
Grand jury, a dismissal of the grand jury indictment, but it focuses on a procedural issue, which is the grand jury got inaccurate instructions. I mean, that there's nothing secret about that. So that's a public hearing.
But didn't they already have that argument? They've already talked about that.
Maybe we went back far
enough.
Yes, but they have filed a motion to reconsider.
Okay. So they're bringing that up again.
Correct.
Because remember when I was in the courtroom for that, where the judge said, "Oh, this is a very..."
Right there. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. Can someone get me a cup with my picture on it? So I can just sip whatever out of it. Not coffee. Oh my gosh. Hey, Jeff H. This is like, I don't know. That just got me.
Creative legal argument.
Yes.
But it's not.
It doesn't apply.
Yeah. So they're bringing that up again.
Yeah, because look, if they have new facts that the judge has to consider, then perhaps those erroneous arguments, instructions that they argue, now they're in a different context, right? There's new facts. Maybe those instructions are necessitated, whereas before they weren't.
Okay. So both of these,
I'm speculating, right?
Yeah, I know you're speculating, but both of these hearings that are happening, the 11 a.m. and the afternoon, kind of like procedural stuff. It doesn't sound like anything. It's important, but it's not. They're not. Are these really significant hearings? Would you say?
Well, when I saw the documents, I thought like but I have to say, and our viewers, it's really important to remember that, especially in these high-profile cases where there's a protective order, there's a gag order, and then there's all this speculation by the public. We don't really know what's going on. And that speculation has hurt Kohberger. I mean, that's no secret. So filing motions is a way for us to send a message. Okay. It allows it allows the public and the media to read between the lines. So, I think she's not just doing this as some sort of a stalling tactic or to come before the court. She's really doing this because, that's another motion that we're going to talk about right now is the motion to unseal.
Yes.
What was it? It was a motion to unseal.
I just have it here. Hold on, I just had it up. Sorry, my dog just walked in. I got distracted.
I was going to say that.
It was
It's a motion. Actually, we are talking about that motion. The motion to unseal the defendant's motion to reconsider the orders denying.
Right. That was from the defense wanting to unseal that.
Yeah. So defense wants some transparency because this opacity has hurt Kohberger. And, sometimes it's even if that initial motion doesn't get unsealed, the arguments in the new motion are how you bring the sunlight into.
So what do they want to unseal? There's so many motions. What do they want to unseal?
They filed a motion to dismiss the indictment, the grand jury indictment.
Right.
And that motion was sealed, and they want to unseal that.
Okay. So
and
and I'm just trying to break this down for me to understand, and kind of like people who don't understand the law like me. I mean, I understand the basics, but not like a lawyer. So they want to unseal the reasons that they're giving of why the indictment should be thrown out. They want the public to know this is what we found out.
Yeah, because the public right now knows about the probable cause affidavit, Bryan's eyebrows, Bryan's demeanor in court. I mean, everything is pointed to guilt. So this is one way that it's a tool that we have to bring in a little bit of sunlight so people can see that, it's not all that you think it is,
But it seemed, I mean, the defense didn't want the cameras in the courtroom, doesn't really seem to like the media.
Well, because
now all of a sudden they want to unseal something. Like, it's like a different tactic now.
I know it seems hypocritical, but the defense actually didn't have a problem with cameras in the courtroom until it became a problem. I think what happened was the protocol was not followed. The cameras were zoomed in on Kohberger, on documents on the counsel table. And so they're like, okay, no, this is not a good idea. But I think initially, they wanted some transparency. I think that went away when the results didn't turn out that good.
Okay, so it's interesting. I'm wondering, we don't know because it is sealed, but there's obviously a reason they want it to be made public.
Yeah, they made an argument. Yeah, because there are things in that motion that argue what was presented to the grand jury that got him indicted. They believe there's insufficient evidence, and here we are talking about he's going to get the death penalty. We've already convicted the guy. So, this is Ann Taylor's way of saying, wait, maybe you can hear this other side.
But just playing devil's advocate, I'm just trying to think it through. If the defense, wants to make sure there's a unbiased jury ultimately, and doesn't want information leaking out, like, why would they want the public to know anything? Why would they want this out just to the general public?
Well, because this is their motion. So it's going to be all their arguments about why this case does not meet the standard of proof. And we don't have any of that. We don't know, right? We just, we're just going by the probable cause affidavit. So it's certainly a one-sided argument. It's their motion. It's not the prosecution's opposition to their motion that they're unsealing. It's their motion they're unsealing. So it's going to lay out all the things that are in favor of Kohberger, why the case doesn't meet the burden, what was the misconduct, what was the bias? Like, suddenly now we're going to see a whole different perspective on this case.
Okay, so I guess we'll see if the judge unseals it, then we'll eventually get to see. Okay, that's another thing that's evolving. And then the other part of the Friday hearing is we may find out sorry, what?
Trial date, scheduling.
Trial date, that's what I was going to get to. So the prosecution has asked for summer. and said, they want it to be when school's not in session, which makes sense. It'll be quieter in Moscow. And there's also a school, I think it's a high school right across the street from the courthouse. They don't want to interfere. It's a small town. There's a lot, they want to do it when things are calmer. And I've been in touch with the victim's family, Sarah, and like, it's hard for them not having a trial date, like not having something.
There's no light at the end of the
There's
tunnel.
no light at the end of the tunnel. There's nothing for them to kind of hold on to, knowing that justice is coming.
Right.
So do you think we'll get a trial date on Friday? Like, is there going to be a date?
I mean, I think we're going to get a trial date. I don't know that it'll be this summer, only because I think that if Kohberger makes an argument that he needs more time, I don't see the court not giving him more time, because it is a death penalty case. And that death penalty portion of the case, it takes so long to put together, all the mitigation. And remember, they hired a mitigation attorney. Everyone was saying, oh, they're wasting money on too many attorneys, but you really do need a separate attorney for that portion of the case. And so that really is what, to me, merits more time for the defense. But remember that in that other motion that we just talked about, to unseal the motion to, dismiss the grand jury indictment, one of the things she's saying is that, if you deny that and you don't unseal the motion to dismiss the grand jury indictment, then we want to appeal that denial. And we're going to ask that we stay these proceedings until that appeal is decided. Because listen, if she appeals the ruling of the court, she still has a chance that the grand jury indictment could be dismissed. We wouldn't go to trial if it gets dismissed, right? So she's trying to put a pause on the trial, to be able to appeal that denial if the judge denies it on Friday.
And when you say appeal that denial, if the judge denies it, does that go to like another court?
It would go to, yes, it would go. So this is in the trial court. So it would go to the appellate division, whatever it's called in Idaho.
Wow, I didn't realize you can do all that. I always thought like appeals came after a trial. I didn't know you could like appeal things throughout.
They're interlocutory appeals. So these are like lower level appeals. I don't know exactly where this will go in Idaho, but it doesn't go to the same. It doesn't go to the same judge that denied it. It goes to a judge above him.
So summer though, I'm just thinking like if there was a summer trial, June, July, August, we're almost into February.
You're just trying to plan your vacation. Okay.
Well, I'm going to be there. Yeah. It's going to be a long haul, but I mean, that's still kind of like 4 or 5 months away. Is that not enough time to get things together?
I mean, listen, there's one other order that we haven't talked about that also might merit further delay, which we'll talk about. But this is a big case, I mean, when you have one body, it takes time. It's a death penalty case. You have 4 bodies here. You have 4, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you have witnesses, you have forensics, you have a huge part of this case, which is IGG, which we'll talk about, which has been only partially disclosed to the defense. And so, and then it's a death penalty case. Like, there's just all of these alone are reasons why I think a trial won't happen in the summer. And you put them all together, I'm like, definitely not thinking it will happen this summer, but strange things can happen.
I guess we'll just see. Yeah, we all.
That's what she's really trying. She's really making one last attempt to get the indictment thrown out.
And did you see this other issue? The prosecution also asked that Kohberger no longer be allowed to file an alibi. Did you see that?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Remember, his alibi was not a traditional alibi, but it did.
Is that he likes to go for long drives, which was
right by himself.
Yeah. I mean, even you're laughing, like.
Yeah, which also, well, because it's problematic to me. I've always said that, that the long drives around the same time of the morning when his cell phone was connecting to the towers, and then this one time it didn't, that's a problem. And that alibi confirms that, he was in the area on these other occasions and his cell phone connected. So it wasn't a real, I don't want to say real, but it wasn't what we're typically see in an alibi, which gives you, exact location, who you were with, witnesses who could corroborate your alibi, all that. It wasn't any of that, but it did check off the box of preserving he met the statutory requirement, the deadline. And And listen, an alibi is such a huge event in a case that should it come up, I don't think a judge, and it's like a true alibi, I don't think a judge is going to say, well, you missed the mark and I'm not going to let you, present
Right.
your alibi.
But why would the prosecution ask that he no longer be allowed to file an alibi?
I think the prosecution is maybe concerned, he said that he is leaving it open to
Yeah.
file an alibi based on witnesses from the prosecution that are going to testify at trial. And I think that, prosecutors hate being in limbo. They want to know what they're looking at. They want to know how to prep their witnesses. They want to know how to prep their case. And all this like, well, okay, I checked it off the box, but I'm still leaving the door open to come back with more. I mean, it really is the worst. I mean, it's bad for defense attorneys too. Like if the vice versa happens, we throw a fit because, you gotta be fair, right? We got to know what we're looking at. So I think the prosecution is kind of on edge because they don't know if they're going to trial or not. They don't really have a trial date. That is the worst thing you can do to a prosecutor is, kind of not leave it to the last minute to announce ready or agree to a trial date. And then, on top of it, they don't know if the guy's going to come up with an alibi. I mean, an alibi is a huge piece of the defense, right?
Yeah.
If you have one, you don't have to.
I get like why, our Constitution, obviously, and you have to protect defendants' rights and have a fair trial, especially with the death penalty case. But I just do go back to the victims' families. Like, there's just so many ups and downs with this court process. And like, it's like that feeling of not knowing. It just feels like anything could, oh God, there's going to be some other motion filed. And how are you supposed to plan your life or like know when to take your vacation days? Like families, I mean, they literally have to think about that. Like when do they take vacation days for, how are you supposed to plan anything?
Right. And, some people have jobs there's some people are self-employed. I imagine some of these parents might be self-employed and God, I mean, if I'm always stressing if I get picked for a jury, which I never would, but, how do I take off from work? Cause they don't,
Yeah, it's hard. I never thought about that part of it until talking to some of them and like realizing like, oh yeah, you have to like, if it's a 2-month trial, like they have to figure that out. You can't just spring that on people,
Exactly.
Anything else, Sarah, that strikes you that we should think about before Friday?
Yes. There is well, I don't know if this is not a hearing on Friday, but this is one of the new orders that was issued by the court that I thought was significant. I know you're going to laugh at me and say it's an IGG thing and I'm all over IGG, but it is important and it does go to the trial date issue that you brought up because the judge issued a public order for disclosure of IGG material. He had issued a previous order late last fall saying that he will look at the entire IGG file from the prosecution, look and see if any part of it can be disclosed to the defense, because the defense has been pressing for that. And it did finish its in-camera hearing and looking at these documents and actually ordered the prosecution to turn over part of the IGG file. So it raises a couple questions. What part of the file? I mean, we don't know what's turned over to the defense, but I think anything is better than nothing. And I think it's important for our viewers to know that discovery leads to more discovery. Discovery, triggers more defense investigation.
And there's been more discovery motions in there that I've seen, like just little requests and stuff.
Yeah. So if the court bought the prosecution's argument that somehow this is not science and the lab part is science, but the FBI part is not, you don't get it. Look, if the defense got the lab part and saw something that then, triggered additional want of additional discovery. So now we're in a place where, of course, we're going to need more time because now they're going to be fighting over the other part of the file that they didn't get. Right.
And let me just go back for people who are a little confused. So she keeps saying IGG, and I have joked with Sarah before that she's obsessed with IGG because she's always texting.
Sounds like a fertility procedure or something.
Yeah. But anyway, IGG is investigative genetic genealogy. It's a big part of the case, which you probably know if you've been following along. They used, they found the DNA in the knife sheath, and then they used investigative genetic genealogy to trace the DNA back to Kohberger and correct me if I'm wrong, investigative genetic genealogy is basically like 23andMe. When you do the swab to find out your background, that goes into a database, and then the FBI is able to access that database and basically like use all of our DNA to try and connect.
Exactly. And the problem with that, and by the way, I think a better
right. I mean, did I describe it basically the right way? Okay.
Yes, but it's like your family's DNA that they trace
familial, back. Right? Familial. They keep saying familial investigative. Yeah.
They also call it forensic genetic, which I think is the accurate way in the context of a criminal case to call it forensic genetic.
Okay.
But it's really interesting because it raises. This is something off the. I mean, you can check it out, or your viewers can check it out. But there's a professor at the Maryland Law School named Natalie Ram, who has for 15 years studied forensic genetic genealogy and made the argument in law review articles and stuff that it's unconstitutional, that it violates the Fourth Amendment, because if it's your own DNA that you're putting in there and you're checking off the box, you're consenting to its use by law enforcement. But when they get to your cousin's not consenting for his DNA to be in that database, right? So it's a huge constitutional issue that has never made it to the Supreme Court yet. And we're in this place like Kohberger. And that's why I commend this judge, because most of the trial judges around the country have just flat out denied any IGG material to the defense. And so now we have someone who's like, okay, well, I'm gonna give you this part for whatever reason. We don't know what part, but it raised a flag for me, because I thought, man, if I was the lawyer, I'd be looking at what I'm getting and I'd be like, oh, I need some more. Here's why, And
it's interesting. The judge has said, and I don't want to go too in the weeds here, but basically the defense was asking for more of the genetic genealogy documentation. The prosecution was nervous to give it up, basically saying, because you've got like innocent people's names, like you said, your third cousin. I mean, who knows how they connected all these pieces. Right. And now we know that the defense, and so the judge looked everything over and then made a decision to give certain stuff over to the defense. We don't know what. But the judge has said, like, look, this is all new to me too. Like this investigative genetic genealogy, I think he might have even said, like, this is the first time in Idaho we've really dealt with this. I have to educate myself on this. So it is a very interesting part of this case, because there's not a lot of other examples out there.
Yeah, and I think for a judge, it takes some backbone to not be afraid, because when you have no precedent, you're setting precedent. Judges get nervous about that, and they don't want to do the wrong thing. And so, I mean, I was like, okay, well, at least he turned part of it over. But for the defense, whenever we get discovery, doesn't matter if it's IGG or anything else, we then do our homework based on that discovery. We talk to our experts, we consult, and then that leads us to asking for more discovery, and we have reasons why we need this additional discovery. So I wouldn't be surprised if sometime soon Ann Taylor is going to come back with some sort of an additional discovery request based on the review of what they've gotten. And then that will, again, kick the ball down the road in terms of a trial date.
Yeah, there's going to be so many little hiccups along the way, it seems like. But okay, so at least we have a good idea of what to expect for Friday.
Are you going down there?
No, I was going to. I had a flight booked and everything. And then I was just saying before I had you on here, I had like some family issues, family drama come up. So I'm and I'm actually now sick too. So I'm going to be streaming. They're streaming it now. So I'll be streaming it and watching it. But
yeah, no, I don't honestly. I mean, I do think it is a big day in terms of getting dates but and then also the rulings, but not, it's so tough when you can't be there.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Alex Capriello, our other correspondent, is going to be there.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. And I was just
that's what I
my
said.
dogs are like,
Carolina,
you see what? You see my dogs back here?
Wait, no, hold on.
So cute.
They're both like, they're like,
oh my God, so cute.
Well, you have a little one, don't you?
I have two. I have two. Let me see if he wakes up and runs away from me. Come here.
Okay, now she's being human, making me like her.
Come here, say hi to Brian.
I
You
was
can
like,
make it on TV. News Nation.
oh,
This
her
is
dog's
Billy,
cute.
the Ewok.
Billy. So cute. Well, as always, I appreciate you helping us break it down, Sarah.
Of course, Brian, and then I'll see you down south for Murdoch.
Yes, we're going to be at Murdoch together. You're going to be doing analysis, and I'm going to be there too, starting on Monday for the hearing. I was actually doing some research on that today on the plane back from New Hampshire. So that'll be the week after Kohberger. So we're going to be busy.
We are. I will be joining you on Tuesday. So
On Tuesday, right.
I'll get there Monday.
Okay, what I miss with Murdaugh? Is he just going for more financial crime? He ain't going for nothing important, is he? Because we haven't talked about him in a couple days. So 6 hours ago, it says the public will hear from a Murdaugh murder trial juror for the first time on Friday. Oh, is it evidentiary hearing? So see if he can get another trial? I'm not doing that again, guys. Y'all, do you remember the tears, the fake tears, the snot, the pawpaws, the egg lady? The only good thing out of that whole trial was Judge Newman. And the poor judge was couldn't even grieve the loss of his own son that died 2 weeks before because he was too busy trying to put, not really put him away, but he was refereeing another, lawyer putting this guy away for killing his own. So, oh, Lordy. Ashley, I would just give it a little time and see how it goes. I would. I don't want to see that again, Dreamcatcher said. I'm over here thinking about it. And I'm like, man. Actually, the best thing that happened at that trial was Nancy, because Nancy could give us updates at least. Man, crazy though. So tomorrow, Bryan Kohberger will be in court. Finally, another, court hearing. We haven't seen him in a while. Wonder what color his suit will be. Black, blue, maybe a gray one this time. Do you think he'll wear a dress jacket or not a dress jacket? Someone's going to come in here and yell at me now for asking him if he's going to wear a dress jacket. I didn't even see the chat when I was making that cup either, so that was perfect. I hope she liked it. She could buy one if she'd like to. Hashtag I am Idaho 4. If you know, you know. Let me go over. I'll go over to. I thought that Alex Caparelli was going to be there tomorrow, so I was right because I actually asked him today on his Twitter. I was like, "Are you in Moscow?" Because he posted this picture, and this is so bad. Let me find if I find it, I'll show it to you really quick. Or Alex Capriello. Okay, let me see. Oh, I was going to show you guys this actually. Let me show you guys this really quick. These were pictures that were at the Mad Greek. They're still there in honor of the victims. And I did actually have this picture. I showed this to you guys a while back. One of the viewers sent me some of these when you guys went to Idaho. And I guess that some people that had worked at the Mad Greek when the girls worked there, they had to quit their job because they couldn't work there. So this is the picture I saw today. And I'm like, is that outside the Moscow house? He said first interview of the day, some black cat. But I'm like, that's bad. If you can look at a fence and you know that he's in Moscow. Because I said, are you in Moscow? Yeah, 18 years. That's a long time, yeah. And the stress that she's under too. I will say that that's probably something that we will never know. Hopefully we will never know. Hopefully she will get better. At least more comfortable, be comfortable. Yeah, because she needs you and you need her. She's very sick and you're good at what you do. You're good at being a nurturer. I know that. But I wanted you to make sure that I want to make sure you're good. My what was it, my mom, I think, that used to say that? My mom used to say that relationships are easy. But marriages take work. You know, like, and she meant it like because you're in it for the long haul. Like, you know, my parents were together for 30 years before my dad passed, and they would be together to this day if they were both alive. My mom would have just put up with his ass for, you know, another 30 years. But that's, you know, that's just what they used to tell me. And so I feel like I'm in that part of my relationship with Vincent where we are married. You know, we're going into this month, or February 28th actually will be 8 years. And I feel like we're at that, you know what I mean? But we don't really have to work at nothing. We work, but we don't work at it. It's a beautiful thing in a way. I don't know how to explain it. It's a lot of work because obviously you can't just like run away when you get mad. He tried that in the beginning of a relationship. That didn't work very well. But you can't just like run away. You know, you have to talk through your problems. So that's what, if you could talk through your problems and not like, you know, claw each other's eyes out, then you're good. But it's a lot of talking. I know that. And you got to be good at communication. That's like the number one thing. That and trust, I feel like. So if you can get communication, get good trust in a relationship, then you're good. You're doing good. I thought Arlene would be rolling in here like a tumbleweed. I was just seeing if there was anything one of us. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to go over the Kansas City again tomorrow night because apparently his lawyer's out talking again. Looks like he's talking to Kumo this time. Someone get him a lawyer. Someone get the lawyer a lawyer. My earrings? I was say my earrings are from my boutique store. Oh, Kelly D. Now I understand that. That's why me and Vincent aren't getting married, because of healthcare. My healthcare is great. Beyond. Thank the Lord above. You know, I mean, literally, like, thank the Lord above for the healthcare that I have. It's unbelievable. I mean, I can't complain. That's one thing. That would be some bills. Oh my Lord. That'd be like, I don't even know how much a year, because I get one eye surgery usually a year. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Yes, it makes you face your fears. You have to talk through everything. Yes. So does anyone know why your eye would twitch? Like why your eye twitches? Because mine's been twitching for like days now. Just keeps on twitching. So if you were watching this on replay, let me know in the comments, because like, what is going on? Oh, I hear you, Ashley. Yeah, I'm okay. I think it's just it's my real eye. So it's like, that's what's concerning. It's been going on for like a week and a half. It like stopped. It just stopped all of a sudden. And it just happens for a minute. Like maybe the lights. Yeah. Oh, where's my sunglasses? Oh, Ashley, you're giving me an idea. Wait, I'm going to wear sunglasses. I'm going to be so cool. I'll be so cool. Watch, next time you guys come on, I'll be wearing my sunglasses. No, I just think it's funny when people do. Yes, it can. Yeah, it's sad that, you know. Really? Sunglasses, and I'm wearing sunglasses all the time. Maybe it's the lights. It's weird. It looks like I'm in such a dark room, but I'm not. Like, there's so many lights on. There's lights everywhere. I think this weekend. I think it was this weekend. Don't quote me. But I think we're going to. There's like just a couple spots on this back wall that like Vincent doesn't like. Like, you know, he wants to sand it out and repaint it. So we're going to repaint, and then we're going to put my light up. So my TitaniumBuilt sign will be back up. I really want it up. I miss it. So then I'm going to figure out how to do my setup over here on this chair too, to where we're on the other channel. We have more of a relaxed feel. Cheryl, keep an eye on it. Just keep an eye on it, Tanya. She's like, I didn't even mean that as a joke, but I do have one eye, so I have to keep one eye on it. Cheryl, keep an eye on it. I love it. She's so funny. She's so funny. Okay. Well, I'm going to jump off of here. You guys all have a great evening. It was good to talk to you guys tonight. I'll be back on tomorrow. We're doing a 3:30 show, 3:30 p.m. because Bryan Kohberger is going to court. And then we're going to pop back on later on that evening because I want to talk about the Phoenix. What am I saying? Phoenix. Probably because of Chelsea Gren. Kansas City Chiefs fans that were found frozen in their friend's backyard. I guess the lawyer came out and he's talking to Kumo. So we're going to see what he said and we're going to pick it apart because I'm going to put together a presentation of his first interview, what he said, his second interview, and then we'll go to his third interview. That way we can see what all he said because every time he comes out, he changes his story. Someone get him a lawyer. The lawyer needs a lawyer. But thank you guys all for being here tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate you being here. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button. It really does help the channel and it really helps the video even after we're done watching it. So bye guys.